those of you who are just tuning in, I'm AMON Omega, and this is Q93 Podcast, episode 420. Today, my special guest is Giovanni Medici, the star of Smoking Revolver, Game Night, and Snow Bunny. Welcome, Giovanni.
Well, of course, it's a pleasure.
Now, I hear this new film for you is semi-autobiographical. Is that true?
Well, I feel like all of my work is, to some extent. I just pour myself into the role so heavily.
Mm-hmm. I see. So, how does that work? Did you have a hand in writing it?
You can say that. I was consulted a lot throughout it. I feel like it makes it more unique to me, though. You can't have 8 Mile without Eminem, and you can't have Snow Bunny without me.
Now, does it cover your whole life?
To some extent. The biggest piece of it was this interaction that I had been having with this truly sadistic fan.
Tell me about it.
There was this kid, this fan of mine, and he was really obsessed with me. He kept writing me all these letters. The kid wanted me to meet him so badly. He thought I could help him with his career. He wanted to be an actor too, and can you imagine that? Asking me to give them a gig? Mind if I smoke in here?
Not at all. Please, continue.
So I set up a phone call with the kid. Maybe it wasn't the best idea. Who knows? But the amount of letters he was sending me, it was ridiculous. I mean, disappointing. I had to let him know that I couldn't just make a call and I couldn't make him an actor. I hear him break something. He starts screaming at me. I don't know what exactly was going on, but I know it wasn't good. I hung up the phone. I thought that it would be the last that I heard from him.
Do you remember his name?
That's interesting. He went by a stage name. He called himself Trojan. Truly ridiculous stuff. These kids, I don't know where they come up with this stuff.
Was that the last you've heard from him?
Well, that night me and a couple of babes were watching some TiVo, and we got a knock on the door. Thought it was the room service for sure. When a great friend of mine went to open the door, I was lucky he barely missed me. My friend, he was not so lucky. I had to think quick. I always keep a gun in between my couch cushions, and I got lucky. I pulled the trigger, and I emptied it in Trojan. He was positively ID'd later that night as Jonah Dobra. Turns out I wasn't his first attempt at murder, and that he had a pretty high body count.
Wow, that really is something.
I got lucky. So, that's what a lot of the film centers around.
Did you ever think that, due to the high body count, that maybe it wasn't really the right guy?
What could you possibly mean?
You know. Maybe the guy, the one that really, really looked up to you, maybe he was smarter than you think. He had your address. That maybe he had studied you his whole life. He thought you could help him, and he was desperate for help. Did you think that maybe after his call with you, where he thought his whole life was going to turn around, that you could save him and his mother from hospital bills piling in? that he used what little resources he had after that rejection from you to hire someone else. That maybe he hired a hit on you. And that you couldn't even do him the simple pleasure of dying. That maybe after all that, he started a podcast to get close to you, to finally finish what he started too long ago. Don't worry, it's locked. We can still finish our interview. That he can't trust people like you. Anything you want to say to your fans? You know,